So today will be a boring off. Who falls asleep first? Oh, I felt the tick. I was almost asleep and that woke me up. There we go. We are absolutely on a bag. If you've ever said anything bad about a Carolina rig, you better take it back now, because the old ball and chain is getting it done for me, baby. Another giant, another giant. Look at that, y'all. I can't believe what I just caught. Yes! What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to TRF. Hey, today's episode is brought to you by my merch brand. It's got a cool name, a double meaning, and code BORING, B-O-R-I-N-G, gets you 10% off your order. So check it out down below. We'll see you on the water. So what truly is the most boring way to catch a bass? That's probably the title of this video or something like that. And it depends probably on where you live, what your answer is, and what type of body of water you fish. You may be an angler who thinks that a jerkbait is just horribly boring, or a drop shot, or a spinnerbait. And for me, if you were to ask that question to me 3 years ago, I would have said, bar none, 100% the boringest lure, if that's a word, is a drop shot. Until I realized how effective in practically every body of water a drop shot is, and if it's effective, in my opinion, it can't be boring. And so to me, what is, at least nowadays, my most boring technique out there? It's the Carolina rig, the old-fashioned ball and chain. You got a weight, you got something to hold the weight, a leader to your worm or creature bait, and you're just making the longest cast possible and dragging it out there. Now, don't get me wrong, boring doesn't have to mean not effective. A Carolina rig, hopefully you'll see in this video, is very effective. I just don't think it takes a whole lot of skill. It's kind of mindless. Again, you make a long cast and you drag it, but I'm gonna test two different Carolina rigs today. One, kind of the new age Carolina rig that I actually taught in my Carolina rig masterclass video, which if you haven't watched it, I'll leave it down below. And the other one, the old-fashioned ball and chain with a swivel, not a Carolina keeper. Because the new age one, I use a weight and then something called a Carolina keeper, which is a piece of plastic right there you see that holds the weight. I've heard in the comment section of my masterclass that people don't like the Carolina keeper because it can fray your line. It may not hold up to the size weight on a cast. It'll slide down the line. But I like that it's variable and that I can change how long my leader is, but also it doesn't allow you to have a different pound test weight leader than your main line is. The traditional does. So I'm gonna rig up a traditional one and we'll get to fishing. 20-pound main line, 7.5 medium heavy bait caster. Let's open up Evolution Fishing ballistics tackle tray. This here is the terminal tray. It is molded with a molded top so that the weights and hooks and terminal can't jump from one to the other when your boat shifts all around. And as always, code TRF2025 saves you 20% on your entire Evolution order, whether it's the ballistics trays, the standard stuff, or their largemouth 3.0 pond bags. Step one, we get our Carolina rig weight. This is actually a standard worm weight. I don't have any Carolina rig ones left, so we're not really comparing like the fish catching of the two. I just kind of want to throw both out there and see what I think about them. And then I need a swivel. And actually one thing I do put on there is a bobber stopper after the weight. That'll help to protect the knot that's going to be attached to the swivel. Now the next step for me is not to tie the swivel onto the main line, it's actually to tie the leader onto the swivel. And for this I have 14-pound monofilament. Not a fan of the kind of blue hue to it, so hopefully that doesn't cause me to get less bites. Probably won't. Then I'll get myself about a 3-foot long leader. Got to leave myself some room to tie my knot. And the last component is the hook, VMC Redline 3/0 round bend hook here. I love that the red lines come with a little keeper that lets you know what size you're throwing. Then I tie my main line onto the upward side, I guess towards your rod tip side of the swivel. Tie your hook onto the leader, and then I slide the weight and the bobber stopper down to the swivel. Give myself a soft plastic of some kind. We'll figure that out here in a second and get to fishing. Now the question is, what kind of soft plastic do I want a Carolina rig today? You know what, I think I'll just go fat baby finesse worm. And maybe a few fish catches in, I will switch to 2 Mach craws because those work great on Carolina rig as well. All right, tackle shop closed. I cannot really give them the business. It's a 7'3" heavy with a 14-pound leader. So just a nice soft swing. Now the main reason, honestly, why I think this, at least for me, is the most boring lure of all time to catch a bass is because it's kind of mindless. Unlike with reaction baits where you are retrieving it and you're thinking of what's going on down there, you're like being in the mind of your lure, trying to imagine what a fish looks like eating it, and then throwing a Texas rig up shallow, you know, in laydowns or underneath docks. There's more stuff to it. Carolina rig, cast it out there, letting it sink. And I mean, we're gonna let the boat drift all the way down this flat here, and I can just kind of hold my rod tip and drag. But sometimes when you have a big expansive area that the fish could be just spread all around, Carolina rig is probably the best way to go, even if it's boring. And we tried 2 different lakes today for more fun fishing. We had a swim bait episode, some topwater stuff, skipping docks, flipping reeds. Nothing worked, and so I thought, let's just go be boring. Which in a roundabout way, if we catch them, it's gonna be fun. Uh-oh, folks. Ethan's got one. Oh, walleye. That's what I'm talking about. If we weren't staying at an Airbnb, I would definitely take that home. Now that's a boring species. I'm kidding, everybody. Chill. Hey, Ethan, do we have weights and fish? Now, arguably, with my buddy Ethan throwing a drop shot, we are throwing the 2 most boring lures possible. So today will be a boring off. Who falls asleep first? Just dragging my rig through a grass flat, hoping I can catch a big old black bass. That's my plan. If you stand in the way, you're gonna catch these hands. Come on. See me on tour this fall. Oh, I felt the tick. I was almost asleep and that woke me up. I'm gonna go ahead and switch right away to an Ocho. I think this worm's a little too small for how windy today is. Come on, man, what in the world? I wonder if it's the blue line, as this mono I'm testing is not clear. So let's put an Ocho on the new age one with the Carolina keeper. You gotta be kidding me. Oh my gosh, I had a bite, first cast. That was a definite bite, my friends, once I got away from the blue line. Again, could be totally coincidental. Not coincidental, I don't think. Oh my goodness. Wow. Second cast with the new age Carolina rig. Not a big one, but a chunker. Actually, it's kind of skinny for Minnesota. Well, never mind. Now that I hold him, he's not skinny. All right, Ocho to the face. Although, one thing that has happened, Carolina keeper did slide all the way down to the worm. So there's a check mark in the anti-Carolina rig keeper folks checklist. See you, buddy. Wow. And I guess if it slid down the line, of course, the fish didn't use pliers to slide it, so it's already done its work on grinding my line if it's going to, but I might as well use pliers to reset it. That is fascinating. Big one. Next cast. Very next cast. Oh my gosh. I kid you not, y'all. I've been on spot lock. Oh, fat one. For about 10 minutes making the same cast to this area. And as soon as I got away from the blue line, tub, Ethan. That's my friend Ethan, by the way, in the back of the boat, throwing his boring lure. That's a fatso Minnesota McGee. And that's the grass that I'm dragging it through. It's called cabbage. And you can tell that it's growing deep because the distance between the spindles, what is that, a foot? Yeah, about a foot. That's how you can tell grass is growing deep. If it's shallow, the distance will be much, much less. Wow. 3-pounder, Carolina rig, come on. Maybe I need to make myself a leader on the other one that's not with the mono I'm testing out. Oh no, I'm bleeding. Uh-oh. Can you see, do I have any buzzer rock stuff in here? Hey, let's go. So as you can see, we have a fish that is bleeding. He was hooked really, really deep on a Carolina rig. Gonna dip him in the water, unhook the hook as soon as I can here. And as you can see from where the hook is positioned, it is on the right side of the gill plate. So I'm gonna go in through the side, grab it and turn it to poke it out. Got it. It's still bleeding, so I'm gonna grab some of this buzzer rock stuff, give it a few sprays to help coagulate the bleeding, and he will stop bleeding here in a second. Bye-bye. If y'all want to check out Buzzer Rocks, they are a new science-based sponsor to this channel. I'll leave them linked down below. They have the blood stop spray and some live well tablets that actually increase the amount of dissolved oxygen in the water. So no more Mountain Dew, no more, extra oxygenator in your live well. That stuff works amazing, and it's all science-based from I've met the guy, very science-based guy with more college degrees in science stuff than I have, and Ethan's got one. Get him up in here. Boring lure number 2. Not a boring fish. Now, hopefully the school is still fired up down there. I'm gonna cast the one with the blue line, see if that was the problem. There we go. Okay, well, maybe blue line wasn't the problem after all. Get in here. You are small though on the boring lure. You just modest one, yeah, you just a little tubby boy. But you, my friend, have the right mindset, the right mind frame. And the key to a Carolina rig is just dragging it over the best stuff. And on this lake, the best stuff is deep cabbage. Ooh, Ethan, another fish. You gave him the business, my friend. Gosh, chunker. Yes, sir. 3-pounder. Oh, he says, let me have some of the fun too. All right, let's put the blue line up for a second, get ourselves the regular one. Well, I sure do tell you, catching fish is not boring, but I'd rather be throwing a crankbait or skipping a dock. I think this school has smartened up. Let me put some scent on it. Some of that chartreuse juice thump gel, baby. Oh, Ethan's got one. Look at that. Obviously, they're biting behind the boat, too. What do we got? Oh, nice. Yeah, give me some of that. Come on, baby. That's one. Yep. Oh, goodness. Got him. He was swimming at me the whole time. And no wonder, because he's a walleye. And he's got not one, but both eyes cataract. You, my friend, need LASIK. Now, y'all, when I talk about the mindlessness of a Carolina rig, I don't mean that like you can actually turn your brain off, because the whole point of this, with the weight being separate from the worm, is to allow the weight to let you feel what's down there. I mean, every single drag, every single pull, I'm feeling, okay, is that weeds, is that rocks, am I stuck, can I pop it out? But the soft plastic being disconnected from the weight allows it to fall weightlessly through the water, and especially on a day like today where we've got a kind of a solid 15 to 20 mile an hour wind, is that the wind current way down there underwater just moves my soft plastic around, and I really don't have to do much besides just drag. Matter of fact, the more that I can do nothing to the bait down there is probably better. I mean, the more pauses I can give it, the more time I can let it sit down there. All of that with a Carolina rig is advantageous to getting more bites. Just go slow, which goes against everything in my nature as a fast fisherman, but it's working. Oh, you've got one. Heyo, nice. Ethan with the fish, and it looking like it's, oh, a big pike.
Snagged him in the head.
It's funny, we rolled up to the ramp and there was a pike weigh-in going on for a tournament, and I asked what weight was winning, and he said 24, and I said, 24 for 5 bass? He said, no, pike. We don't want those minnows. And now I'm curious as to how heavy that pike is. What do you say, 8 pounds? Goodness, yeah. I've got a fish. Oh, ooh. That doesn't feel like a bass, it was pikey. And he was like swimming. Oh, dude, oh, he's got me in the cabbage. Never mind, I thought he was just pulling straight up. Big head shakes, but nope. In the cabbage, what do we got? What do we got? Please be a bass, please be a bass. If you are, you're grande. Is it a bass? Oh, it's a bass, yes! Ha ha ha! Get in here, Carolina rig eater. Yes, sir. Absolute chunker McGee. Oh, would you look at that? We got some zebra mussels in with that. And as soon as we got back around beautiful cabbage, we got around some beautiful bass. That would almost go 3 pounds. It is so fat. Fun. I mean, boring. Ooh, boo. Man, you take 3 eons to re-rig your drop shot. I'm just saying. And because I saw those zebra mussels, they were all over my line, I'm gonna re-rig just a few feet. Yeah, it's kind of frayed, about 8 inches up. Now, what does a bite feel like on a Carolina rig? Honestly, it's just kind of a mushy feeling, especially when you're fishing around a bunch of mushy grass. But to me, unlike a regular Texas rigged worm or a drop shot or a finesse worm, especially more than like a jig or a heavier soft plastic, when a fish bites a Carolina rig, it really seems like they give you a little more time to kind of like see, is that a fish? Is that a fish? Yeah, set the hook. Other lures, they may spit out pretty quickly once they feel kind of it pulling out of their mouth. And that's gotta be due to the weightlessness of the worm down there. Give me another Ocho. Color I'm throwing is Honey Candy, just a gorgeous color. It's a green pumpkin base with purple flake, green flake, yellow flake, and black flake. And as always, my tackle is linked down in the video description, from the exact hook I'm throwing to the Carolina keeper, the weight, and my combo, which honestly, the Mach Crush for like smaller glide baits, football jigs, Carolina rigs. Honestly, the 7.3 heavy, fantastic rod for it. It casts so well. Check this out. Look at that. That gave the vibes of, now watch this swing. Now a 5-pound bass would be nice. Ooh, 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 I don't know, man. Back-to-back cast, is it 5? Oh, he's fighting hard. How big are you? I think he's snaky, Ethan. I think he's very snaky, and I think he's slimy, and I think he's... No, he's not! He's not, well, he is slimy still, but he's not snaky. Goodness gracious. Get in, oh, you got a sore on your lip. I don't want to grab you on the lip. Yuck. Let's go ahead and get you belly style. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's what I call a good time and a half. Yes! VMC Redline, roof of the mouth, has a sore on his lip. See you, buddy. Now that was a Bonafide 3-pounder. No doot in my mind. And once again, Carolina keeper has slid down the line. It seems like it doesn't slide on the cast, it slides on the hook set in the fight. But I'm throwing 20-pound Seaguar and Vizex, and so I really don't think a Carolina keeper can scratch it that much. That's 2 casts in a row. Can I go 3? No way. 3 casts in a row. Yeah. have a gander at this fish too. I think they're getting bigger. Okay, never mind. Not quite, but still a nice one. 3 casts in a row. If you've ever said anything bad about a Carolina rig, you better take it back now, because the old ball and chain is getting it done for me, baby. Yeah, Ethan's getting a cast over there now. I think he was waiting for me to get my third, and then he felt the freedom to do that. Say, right? Yeah, he said the bent rod pattern. That's right. Is that how they teach you in Iowa? Bent rods?
That's what I learned in this channel.
That cast doesn't count. My weight slid down on the cast. Yeah, it's not a Carolina rig anymore. That's a weird looking Texas rig. Doesn't have the same strength it once did. I gotta tie a regular leader. Let me see though first if old blue line mono can catch us one out there. There we go, 4 casts in a row. We are absolutely on a bag. This school is crazy. Oh my goodness, big one, big one. And my line is wrapped around my tip somehow. Something's weird going on. Get in this boat. Oh, yeah. Whoa, whoa. I haven't had so much fun in a long time. Look at that 3-pounder. And to show y'all, I mean, it's a 3. I'm gonna weigh it. Okay, now that I'm about to weigh it, I have doubts. Oh, 3.28. Yes. I love coming up north because my eye scale is actually right. I underguess fish. You know, I gotta get an Instagram story. See ya, buddy. Can we make it 5? Well, enough Carolina keeper. I'm gonna do a regular Carolina rig. A little 17-pound is my leader. Again, make sure you're tying your swivel onto your main line after you've already tied your leader on. Give both sides a nice firm tug. And man, even after some beefy hook sets on this thing, still has not bent out. Love the Redline series of hooks. Sadly, out of the same color I was throwing, so I got Amistad Special. Doesn't quite look as good. All right, moment of truth. Can I get 5 casts in a, whoa, goodness. That didn't count. That was a horrible cast. I almost fell over. 5 casts in a row. Survey says no. It's a bummer I had to re-rig. I probably had the school fired up. Yep, a flurry and then nothing. Oh. I have one. He was doing funny things with it, like trying to make an Auntie Anne's pretzel out of it. Oh, just to walk toward the back deck, hook set, lean into him. Come on, baby. What do you gotta be, a big bass? It's feeling awfully largo. I'm having fun today. Oh, it's just a nice one. Sometimes they just be fighting extra hard. Get in here. Another low 3-pounder on the Carolina rig. This is just like a dang fun time. Sometimes I'll get to complaining about fishing that they're not biting the way I want them to. I just gotta break out a Carolina rig, baby. Not gonna lie, I scoped him. I thought he was gonna be much larger by the size of his body on the graph. Oh, that was a rock. No wonder I thought he was huge. Largemouth bass. Drag it for me, boy. Drag your sea rig, boy. Drag it for me. We're going to find more cabbage. The stuff I'm casting at does not have a fish, I guess. Yes, it does. Oh no! I had one, and I just thought I could reel into him and set the hook, and that didn't work at all. You at least got to give him a little bit of business, maybe business casual. Oh, come on. Hey, get over here. Get up here front deck. Cast it. Yay, come on this side of me. They're down there, brother.
Yeah, I guess.
Yep. Oh my goodness. Oh, he had me in cabbage. Okay. I was like, we got ourselves a big one. And indeed, it's a nice one. It's not a bad one, but it's not huge. He's got it in the tongue though. Can you shake yourself off, please? Oh my gosh. They so fat. They so fat. They're the fattest things in town. Love it. Oh, let's find another place of cabbage. Ooh, we're about to go over a clump, I think, that has some. Oh, yes, sir. Oh, catch up with him. Catch up with him. Come on. Yes, sir. Get in here. Oh, I love me a big old largemouth bass. And you know what? For you Texas folks watching this video, that is not a big old largemouth bass, but look at the frame. I mean, that counts to me as a big old bass. He's gonna weigh
2 3/4.
Nah, he's 3.1. Ethan's downgrading this fish. And just for reference, 16 and a half. What did you say, 2.7?
2.75.
Okay. Oh, 2.65. Darn it. But I'm grateful for you, Mr. Chunk. Get back there. He is real solid, brother. Well, boys and girls, the old-fashioned ball and chain is a boring lure. But the results today were anything but boring. And yes, my microphone is on my worm. Now in Synopsis, I really don't know whether it was this worm's presentation, the color of the one that I eventually ran out of, or the fact that I had a clear fluorocarbon leader as opposed to the bluish monofilament leader that got me more bites. All I know is that the fish out deep among that deep cabbage really wanted a soft plastic drug, and I caught him in that same area a few days ago on a Texas rig. That's why I knew I'd probably catch him there on a Carolina, but I'm gonna be honest, I caught him way better on a Carolina rig, and honestly, I think what happened was the weight, as I'm dragging it up, would hit the grass, and the worm, again, trailing 2 to 3 feet behind it, would then be like kind of weightless, partially up into the grass, and that's when the fish would come up, or they were suspending in the grass itself, and that's when they would eat my worm. But as you guys know, whether or not you actually have a bass boat or a kayak or even access to fishing in a lake at all, everybody can fish every single lure that I talk about on this channel with few exceptions. I mean, like a deep crankbait, not many bank guys, Alabama rig, not many bank guys, but you can downsize the weight on a Carolina rig, maybe go down to like a 1/4 ounce or an 1/8 ounce, and you can still fish a Carolina rig in your ponds. So hopefully this video gave you some confidence and inspired you to go out there and throw a Carolina rig for yourself. It definitely is a lure I don't throw often enough, but today I was telling Ethan this gained me so much confidence in this technique. So if you want to watch my Carolina rig masterclass video, I know I gave some tips today, but the full masterclass will be clickable up here in the corner. As always, my tackle's linked down below. Big thanks to myself for sponsoring with the merch brand Infinite Outdoors. And as long as I run the special, don't forget to use code BORING when you shop. My name's Tyler. As always, it's a pleasure. Subscribe if you're new here, and we'll see y'all next time right here on TRF.